If you are a renter, you're going to want to watch this video all the way till the end. I've got some cool stuff to share with you guys. What's up, everybody? It's Cassandra Lopez with the Living in Bremerton channel. If you're new to the channel, you're going to want to go ahead and subscribe. This channel is all about living in Bremerton. So whether you're currently here, maybe you're relocating here for the first time, be sure to tap that little bell so you're notified every time I drop a new video. And you can reach out to me directly. That's my cell phone and my email. So let me know how I can support you if you need to do a strategy session call or anything like that for your relocation. I know this information is going to resonate with a lot of you because I would say 90% of my reach outs in the last 3 to 4 months have been from renters, people looking to rent, because interest rates are so high that it's almost unfavorable to buy. I say almost because I don't think there's ever a bad time to buy real estate. So, but if you're priced out of the market, you're priced out. So you're gonna rent. So what do? I'm not promoting consumer debt. I think the only responsible way to use a credit card is to pay it off in full every month. I don't hold a credit card balance. I think that's a really, really easy way to get out of control really, really quick with your finances. So I don't recommend overbearing yourself with credit card debt. However, I am going to promote a credit card today that I have no affiliation with, by the way. I just came across it and I thought it was the coolest idea that I had to share with you. I was listening to a podcast the other day with Vivian too, Your Rich BFF. You can find her on Instagram and she has the podcast Net Worth and Chill. It's pretty good. It's aimed towards millennial, I think is her demographic, but I think it's good information across the board. So if you're looking for a way to get your finances under control and get ahead, that would be a great place to start. So anyway, she had a guest on her podcast who was the CEO and founder of the credit card Bilt, B-I-L-T. It's a MasterCard and it's a credit card you can use to pay your rent and earn points. And I'm going to break down everything you can earn and what you can use it towards. So obviously this video content is not specific to Bremerton, but if you are a renter or if you know a renter, which is like 100% of us, please share this video with them because this is good stuff. Okay, the most basic breakdown of the points is this. You get 1 times points for your rent. You get 2 times points for any travel expenses like airline tickets and rental cars and that sort of thing. And you get 3 times points for dining and then 1 times points for just about anything else. Couple of caveats, you're gonna wanna read the fine print because there are some exclusions and you have to use the card 5 times in a statement period for the points tracker to kick in, and then it'll retroactively track everything you've spent so far. There are all kinds of cardholder perks, like you get trip insurance, you get Lyft and DoorDash credits, and even cell phone protection. And we all dread when we're renting a house the first of the month, right? Because rent's due, I gotta pay rent, it's an awful day, right? So they tried to make it kind of a fun day, something you look forward to. So the first day of every month is double points day. So you can get 4 times points on travel expenses. You can get 6 times points on dining, 2 times points on just about everything else. And really sorry, but rent does not qualify for the double points. So if you use your card to pay your rent, you actually will not get double points on that. That's the only exclusion. You know how sometimes you'll use your credit card in an online portal, like an ACH transaction, and they charge you a processing fee to use your credit card and to pay with that? Well, this does not apply. So if your property manager or whomever you pay rent to offers an online portal to make your payments and you use your Bilt credit card, there's actually no transaction fee associated with that. If your landlord or property manager still requires you to walk into the office and write a paper check, then you can actually use your Bilt credit card and Bilt will cut a check on your behalf and mail it to your landlord. It's pretty cool. If you opt into the Bilt Protect feature of the credit card, you can actually link your credit card with your checking account and pay your rent with liquid funds in your bank account. So that way you're not using your credit card, your available credit on your credit card to pay that, you still get the points. Of course, Bilt has an app that you can download from Google Play or the Apple Store. And from the app, you can manage your credit card, you can check out your rewards, you can pay your rent. It's pretty user-friendly. The Bilt credit card was rated as one of the best rewards cards by Bankrate and NerdWallet. All right, let's talk about redeeming those points. So you've earned a bunch of points. You can earn a maximum of of 100,000 points in a calendar year. So that's pretty substantial. And once you've earned a minimum of 25,000, you actually start earning interest back on those points. So you can use those points on free travel, like airfare and hotel. You can use it on a gym membership. So if you want to get out of the house and go to the gym, you can actually coordinate your built points with a gym membership. You can use your rewards points to pay rent. So if you're short on cash that month and you have enough points saved up, you can use your points to make your rent payment. And this is what absolutely sold me on this card for you guys, is that you can use your accrued points towards a down payment for a home purchase. I don't even know what to say to that. That's like who thinks of this stuff? A genius, that's who. So the founder, his name is Encore Jane. He actually went in front of Congress. He went in front of the Department of Treasury. He went in front of Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, which, if you're not familiar with those agencies, basically they set all the guidelines for mortgages. So when you go to get a home mortgage and your lender's asking you for all your bank statements and all your tax returns and all your W-2s, and you're like, well, why do I have to provide all this stuff? Because Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac make them get that from you. So they own the mortgage company, the industry, right? So he went in front of all of them and pled his case and promoted his product and said, we're going to do X, Y, and Z. We're going to make home ownership accessible for people who maybe otherwise wouldn't be able to be homeowners. And of course, the Fed and the Treasury and Congress, like, home ownership is good for everybody. It's good for them. It's good for the country. It's good for the economy. And so of course they're going to get on board, and they got on board, you guys. Okay, so once again, I have no affiliation with Built. I have no affiliation with Wells Fargo, which is the bank where you would apply for the credit card. I just thought it was really cool information. I really wanted to share it with you, and now I want you to share it with everybody else. The founder of Built, Encore Jane, actually also co-founded another company called Rhino. And what Rhino is a security deposit insurance platform. So depending on what state you're living in, your landlord can ask for first and last month security deposit, pet deposit, like all these things, right? So getting into a rental is going to cost you what, $10,000, $12,000 if you're living in New York. It's just totally bonkers. So what if there was a company who would insure your security deposit for you instead of you having to pay that chunk of change to your landlord? That's what Rhino does. So basically, instead of paying your landlord a security deposit, you just buy an insurance policy from Rhino instead for $5 or $10 or $20 a month, depending on the level of coverage you want. And then when you move out, if anything needs to be applied towards your security deposit, then the landlord just files a claim against your policy and has any damages or move out expenses in that regard covered by your policy. And then you don't have to worry about exchange of money or getting your deposit back or whatever. Whenever you're done, you just move out. And then once the claim is filed, you just cancel your policy. This may mean the difference between you being able to afford a rental and not being able to afford a rental because you're too short on cash. If you own rentals, this may be beneficial to you as a landlord because you can make your unit much more rentable because you can offer this instead of a security deposit. You can say apply to get a policy with Rhino, and that's part of your move-in, and you don't have to pay that extra security deposit fee and whatever. I do know that they are currently on a wait list for landlords because I checked this out for my rentals. And I think right now they're only offering this to managers who own 1,000 units or more. I know that's a lot. That's going to be like the top 1% of us, right? Because they just don't have manpower to cover all the small people right now. So I'm going to have to wait a while to be able to offer this to my tenants, but it's out there. It's in the works. I encourage you to check it out anyway. A cool feature, if you're a landlord taking advantage of this, is you can actually set the minimum policy claim dollar amount. So instead of charging, a $1,500 security deposit, you can require your tenant to buy a $5,000 security deposit. So it's still going to be really affordable for your tenant, but now you're covered for way more than whatever security deposit you would have originally charged. You're going to want to check to see, if you are a tenant renting a property, if Rhino is available in your area for your unit. It's a relatively new company. It's a relatively new concept. And so, as I mentioned, they are still working to bring in the manpower to give everybody coverage. So you're going to want to make sure it's available to you, but it is out there and it will be available at some point in the future. Reach out to me directly, cell phone and email, if there's anything I can do to support your relocation. If you need to schedule a strategy session to figure out the ins and the outs of Bremerton, let me know. Talk to you guys soon.